Hello and welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. This is my fourth and final layout with the fall themed mood board magic. And I wanted to share with you some thoughts today. I have not used any of this gorgeous sticker sheet. And as I was looking through my kit, I thought so let me back up. I knew what photos I was going to use, and I was thinking I definitely want to bring in some of these light blue elements. So they're leaning toward the turquoise tones, and I love them. So I definitely wanted to use those. And I wanted to do a fall layout. Now, I know I have shared an off-theme layout, and I definitely wanted to do something that was back on theme. And the photos that I am going to share today are very blue, very blue. And that helps me kind of focus on the color scheme that I wanted to work with. So I'm already thinking this tone here. And I really wanted some leaves. I just want some leaves. This is probably going to be my last and final fall layout for 2024. And I stinking love these. And I need to use them. So there's that. Now, if you'll remember, I just said these are very blue, so it helped me to kind of automatically start picking in the blues that were in the kit that she gave me. So I had selected these papers to play in that color, and they're different tones. It's okay. They do not have to be matchy-matchy. I know you've heard Janet say that. Things don't have to be matchy-matchy. They all work together. And then I pulled in this background sheet. This was not in the kit. It is from Jen Hadfield, Peaceful Heart. But I thought I needed something that was a little generic to bring in with the pinks that are in this floral. So it's still working together. And then I thought maybe we could go really deep because there's a very deep burgundy here. We could play with that burgundy. And then this wood grain is like a really close-up view of wood grain. So a macro view of like a tabletop or something. And it's gorgeous. It looks like it has been scratched up a little bit. It has some age and patina to it. I love it. But it's a very deep, dark color. So this is the other side. I'm really wanting to focus this on the wood grain. This texture, it's Cartabella. It's amazing. It's thick. And this is going to give me my base. And then I will mat my background onto this. So that's where I'm leaning with the papers. Let's talk about embellishments. So I have a few of these leaves left. Now I've used up my entire sheet now. This is all I have left of my foil leaves. And we have some brads. And I'm thinking this brad here is going to be what I would use off of this. We have these deep burgundy, and I've got a deep brown here. I may use those. We have these hearts that have the colors of blue that I need, even leaning into that light turquoise. So yeah, for sure. We'll probably use some of those hearts. For texture, I'm thinking about using these felt leaves and this twine. For lump and bump, I really want to go more neutral. So I have these acorns and these leaves. They're tiny. So these are perfect for just kind of sprinkling into my clusters. We have these foiled leaves, but we also have these leaves that have some color on them. And I think I want to sprinkle these around too. I haven't decided how I'm going to create my clusters yet, but I'm thinking these are going to be placed in them. These are my last of the foil leaves, so I may tuck those in somewhere. I have these metal brads, excuse me, that are in the shape of leaves. I think I'm going to definitely add those in. And who has a plaid blue flare? Well, Janet did. She shared it with me. So I think this has to make it on the page. It has to. I have chipboard and another flare. Now this is a canvas flare. So I'm thinking these may make it on. I have a couple of frames that are in the color scheme, so I may play with those. And I have some random rub-ons left over. This is all I have left of that sheet. I may add those in. So we will see how this all comes together. Let's look at the photos. So I was in New Jersey working, and within 10 minutes of the place that I was working, I was able to go to the Liberty State Park. And from Liberty State Park in New Jersey, you get the backside of the Statue of Liberty. You don't see the front. But Janet and I were chatting that day, and I just sent her some photos of where I was and what I was doing that day. And she immediately replied and said, "Oh my goodness, these are going to go with your kit." And I stinking love. Now, when this was all happening, she was building the kit. And I stinking love that she immediately saw the photos and was able to tie it to the kit. And I told her as much. So, of course, because of that conversation, I have to use these photos. I have to. So we're going to make a layout from these selections. I just went ahead and finished this layout because once I started playing with placement, I just kept playing. And I'm going to tell you, these clusters are layered up. And the name of the game was Tuck. Tuck and layer. And I got everything in there that I wanted to get in each one of these clusters. So let's talk about them for a little bit. In this one, I have the wood veneer. I have those buttons that I had to shear off the backs. And I have the chipboard hearts. And I have the adhesive brads. I have metal brads. I have foil. I have felt. And I have the rest of those foiled leaves. That plaid flare, added it in. Underneath is the base, which I used a frame. This one I used a frame as the base again, and a sticker. I used this 2 stickers up here, and I have another adhesive brad, those buttons. I have wood veneer and felt. I have a metal brad, another foiled leaf, and I used this paper that I said I had to use the leaves. I used that paper to fussy cut out these leaves, this leaf, and this leaf. So I did some fussy cutting there. I have this round chipboard, and then I have 2 stickers here. I have my buttons. I have brad here, and a metal brad there, and chipboard's heart there. The blue leaf, the blue foiled leaf. And then I also used, when I was first making my layers, I was going to stop with this square here. It looked really dark. So I added in this paper, which is a Vicky Bouton paper. I added that in to brighten it up. And I was going to frame my photos on, or to map my photos on the floral layer, which is this paper. And it's Forever Fall. And it darkened it down again. So then I had to go back and add in the ledger paper to lighten everything back up. And I like how it ended. I love my clusters. I did not use the rub-ons that I had considered, so those didn't get used. I have a few scraps left over, but basically this is just lots and lots and lots of layers. And I love it. I love it. I hope you're following along with everyone who played with Mood Board Magic. I am not going to play with this in December. I had thought about it, but I am going to come back in January. Oops, my video stopped. I will be coming back in January with this Mood Board Magic. Come back and we will chat again soon.